The Bad Batch, Season 2. That's right, folks. This feels like the forgotten child in the entire era of Star Wars. It was one of the first shows to be a Disney Plus exclusive for the Star Wars umbrella, replacing the Clone Wars essentially, giving us that era of stuff. The first season was incredibly well done. It looked fantastic. It was such an interesting piece to just give us something to look at, do something fun. Season 2, it definitely felt like the hype wasn't as high, but it was still going to be something worth talking about and worth looking at. The first season was great. I loved the chemistry of the characters. I loved the story it built up to. Season 2 was really good. This show, I will say completely, I enjoy immensely compared to The Mandalorian. I think this one has a clearer vision, has a subtler approach to everything, and is setting things up in a bigger way. This is the connective tissue in that era where you kind of want to build up to where we're going to be. We're headed into a New Hope era. We're right after Order 66. And if you are somebody who grew up in that generation, you love the Clone Wars, you love Revenge of the Sith, this is like your era and the characters you want to see thriving. The Bad Batch Season 2 gives us a lot more standalone episodes compared to the previous season, but also has our characters dealing with a larger, wider aftermath. This show has secretly become the show about clone rights, which I wasn't expecting that to be such a big theme, but this show has just been, the clones are people or they're not people. It depends what side of the government you fall on, and that is a crucial plot point for this season. Do people view the clones as human? Do they view them as just weapons or like pieces of technology owned by the upcoming empire? It's very fascinating. And of course, if you ally yourself with maybe the Emperor on the wrong side of the government, you probably see them as less than human, and thus we get so many moments, both large scale and small scale, of the clones realizing they are a discarded thing, and other people within the governments realizing they're lesser than or deserve more. It's really cool, really well done, executed in a way that I wasn't expecting to have the impact. This doesn't feel like it's aimed towards a younger demographic. The Clone Wars in the beginning was kind of that feeling where it's like, okay, goofy adventures of your favorite Jedi and your favorite clones. This is more like, our people are dying. We are a forgotten race of people being executed just because we're property, pretty much. We have the right to survive. We're going to have to find a way to do that. And as that's going on, there's like this message throughout the Bad Batch of like, how much of the fight is enough of the fight? When is it going to be enough? The characters maybe realize we should rest, we should stop. When is this going to end? It's never going to end. There are politicians working for our freedom. Is it ever going to be enough? Themes that are very apparent in Star Wars and matter heavily to the Star Wars world. It makes for some really cool stuff. Some standalone episodes might be uninteresting to certain audiences because they don't affect the larger picture, but those are the episodes where we get to see some animation shine, where we get to see some designs and concepts just find a place to exist in the Star Wars universe. That's always something that is important to building a universe. Sometimes you just have to take a quiet moment to establish something that doesn't necessarily need to be used on a large scale, but can exist and coexist with these other ideas, and it plays with that really well. So many episodes just where it's the Bad Batch getting out of a spot, doing something to solve a problem that is just personal to them. Sometimes it's like seeing the evolution of cloning, which is something this era of Star Wars is doing that I don't know a lot of people realize. It is setting up to everything that's going to happen with The Rise of Skywalker. This and The Mandalorian Season 3 are entire episodes dedicated to, this is how Exegol is going to come down. This is how we're headed to The Rise of Skywalker. Some people might not like that, but that's where it's headed. It's right there in front of you. And it's pretty spectacular in some aspects of the word. Again, the animation is gorgeous. We've really found like that niche specific style that works for this world. The graphics are great. The voice acting is great. It goes without saying that D. Bradley Baker is just crushing it on every level. Every voice sounds distinctive still. He's been doing this long enough to make you care for each clone, feel for them in a personal manner, and it's so great what he's able to do. There are so many just standalone episodes that work so well. I don't want to spoil too much of it. There are certain ones depicting like a conspiracy within the Senate, which is such a fun episode. Crosshair maybe learning a lesson of what his position is in the world. People like Cody and Rex getting moments to shine again. new officers just being disgusting to the people, and the Bad Batch themselves, we get to see their journey. It's very impressive. A lot of stuff for certain characters to do, certain ones for Wrecker and Tech and Hunter, each getting a moment to experience something new, to find a new footing, to understand something in a different way. And Omega's journey continues to escalate and do some more stuff. Have they confirmed a season 3? I'm not sure if they have, but the show leaves it open to there is more here to talk about, and we're only setting up for something bigger. The tension of the show is the further we go down, the fewer there are of these clones. The more our existence exists, the more we exist in this instance, the less of us there are, and our cause becomes more and more futile. But there is something to fight for. So many powerful scripts and great pieces of dialogue, a well-written show with great characters, and it just escalates and escalates in very quiet and loud moments altogether. It's powerful. It connects to the larger world. It finds itself feeling exciting at every turn. And that's a cool thing to see. A show that is going for 16 episodes a season feels like it's a relic for some reason. That the fact that this show gets 16 episodes, it's very strange when other shows can't get to that level. It's so cool that it exists in that route. Just to flesh out the world on that larger scale is very exciting. You just like it. You feel for these characters, you feel for their worlds, you love them, you respect them, you admire them. The sweeping sets and shots we go to are incredible. New worlds we discover, new characters we play with. A broken empire trying to hold on to something that it might not. It's creative, man. The Bad Batch is just surprisingly holding together an entire thread with these characters who were like a Dirty Dozen knockoff, and it's doing it incredibly well and giving you empathy for the clones on a scale you've never seen before. I love so many episodes. I love so many characters. Crosshair, in my opinion, the standout of this season. His arc was incredible to see. And even characters like Hunter, who are kind of renegated to the side character this season, have their powerful moments. It's working incredibly well. We're getting everything to fit perfectly in the bubble of Star Wars, and that's how you should do it. That's how we should be doing it. The Bad Batch is a prime example of how we should be doing this type of show, because it's working at every turn. So, The Bad Batch Season 2, I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you all for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.